the information, and the entertainment that Michigan needs. Bring your talents and creativity to the broadcasting industry. Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com to get started.
The Upper Peninsula's new CBS station, WZMQ 19.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we have more details on upcoming negotiations focused on a ceasefire in the Ukraine-Russia war. Plus, President Trump is pushing for votes on his mega bill. We'll have the latest. And at Michigan's Capitol, economists are weighing in on the latest state budget proposal. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Well, hey there, Kelly. We are having a chilly one today.
Yeah, Kevin, it has been a chilly one, and it's unfortunately probably going to continue to be chilly over the next few days or so. But start planning your Memorial Day weekend plans. I'll get into that in just a second, but we are currently looking at our 19 News Skycam. Downtown Marquette here, a little bit of some increasing cloud cover because of this little line of showers that wants to push on into the Upper Peninsula. Now, we do have some low dew points, so it's going to take a little more effort, if you will, for the rain showers to get going here. But temperatures into the 50s across the Upper Peninsula, and into tonight we'll be into the 40s with increasing cloud cover. I'll have more information on the rest of the week and your Memorial Day weekend coming up. Stay tuned.
All right, thanks very much, Kelly. Following a lengthy phone call between President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin, Trump says Russia and Ukraine will immediately start negotiations towards a ceasefire. Some question Putin's sincerity in ending the war after launching a massive strike against Ukraine right before that phone call. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp now joins us live. Rachel, good evening. What's the negotiating table looking like right now?
Oh, good evening, Kevin. So right now we know that Russia wants to annex those parts of Ukraine that they are currently occupying, but for many Ukrainians and for their president, that is a hard no for them. Now, we spoke with some of our congressional members about the latest developments in these possible negotiation talks. They say the war must end simply because the loss of life is so great. Just a day before President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin had a 2-hour-long phone call, Russia launched more than 100 drones into Ukraine. The president has been urging for a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. After that phone call, the president shares that Russia and Ukraine will immediately start negotiations towards a ceasefire. Ukraine has repeatedly criticized Russia for not halting their attacks during potential negotiations. The president was asked how serious could Putin be in wanting peace if he continues attacking Ukraine.
Well, he's in a war, you know. I mean, nobody said don't. They're fighting, they're attacking each other, and people are dying all the time. He's in a war. He's fighting a war. Nobody said he was going to stop. I think, is it terrible? Yeah, it's terrible. I think it's terrible.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky shared on social media he's been in contact with several European leaders following the president's call, and that there is no doubt that the war must end at the negotiating table. Ukraine is ready for any negotiation format that delivers results. And if Russia continues to put forward unrealistic conditions and undermine progress, there must be tough consequences.
We need to see a ceasefire, and I think the president wants to see this war end.
Congressional members we spoke with say the loss of life from this war is staggering.
I think that's one of the things that for people who are really looking at it, when he says 5,000 lives a week are being lost, he said this is something we've got to get fixed. The money's an issue, the protection's an issue, but more than anything else, the loss of life is a big issue.
This war needs to come to a conclusion, and I hope the president is successful in forcing a ceasefire. If both sides need to be serious, so to get this done.
As for where these negotiations could potentially be held, the president says that the Vatican could potentially host those negotiation talks. Now, as the newly elected Pope, Pope Leo, in one of his first speeches, he called for peace between Russia and Ukraine. Kevin, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much as always. Today, a high-stakes visit on Capitol Hill as President Trump met behind closed doors with House Republicans pushing to unite the party around his legislative agenda. The meeting comes as Speaker Mike Johnson and House Republicans gear up for a vote on Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill as early as this week. Our other Washington, D.C. correspondent, Brendan Scanlon, heard from lawmakers after the meeting. Brendan, good evening to you. What was the president's message to House Republicans today?
Hey there, Kevin. Good evening. Well, the president's message was essentially, look, we have to get this massive spending package that contains everything from tax cuts to funding for border security across the finish line as soon as possible. However, as of this morning, not 100% of House Republicans are on board with the big, beautiful bill over concerns about state and local tax deduction limits, Medicaid work requirements, and overall spending levels. Tuesday morning, President Trump on Capitol Hill expressing confidence about delivering his largest policy victory yet.
We have a very, very united party.
However, Trump was not shy in criticizing the few members of his own party who stand in the way as he applied additional pressure to skeptical House Republicans who are still on the fence. What was his message to some of those holdouts who aren't fully on board yet?
His message was what it always is. He says, look, you know what? We have to do these things. It's not 100% everything you want, but it's 100% what the country needs right now.
Republicans inside the meeting tell us the president had strong words about protecting Medicaid and rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse. The plan originally proposed stricter Medicaid work requirements to take effect by 2029, but after pushback from GOP hardliners, they could take shape much sooner.
I think the work requirements, if we're going to pass new tax legislation, which will go into effect in January of 2026, the work requirements should come right in along with them.
We've eliminated waste, fraud, and abuse. We've put a common sense work requirement in that hopefully actually gets moved up. I agree with some of the people that wanted a more robust effort to move up the work requirement sooner than 2029.
Additionally, some downstate New York Republicans and members of the SALT caucus are demanding higher limits for state and local tax or SALT deductions. The current $10,000 limit was imposed by Trump's 2017 tax law. The latest version of the big, beautiful bill would increase the maximum deduction to $30,000. Congressman Nick Langworthy's message to his downstate colleagues is don't let perfect be the enemy of good.
We have a great bill here, and SALT can't be the reason it doesn't get over the finish line.
And Kevin, in a few hours, either very late tonight or very early tomorrow morning, the House Rules Committee will sort of convene to go really give one last vote to this large spending package. It's really the final hurdle that this bill will need to clear before it sees a vote on the House floor. Now, among the many reasons for this late night or very early sort of committee meeting is so that House Republicans could essentially bring this big, beautiful bill up for a final vote on the House floor as soon as tomorrow evening. There are still a lot of things that need to happen. Obviously, they need to make sure they have enough support from their caucus, from Republican caucus, in order to bring the bill to the House floor. Speaker Mike Johnson can really only afford to lose the support of 3 House Republicans and still be able to pass this bill and send it over to the Senate. Reporting live on Capitol Hill for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much. Michigan lawmakers have a special focus on the state budget this week. Last week, the Senate began passing its own version of the budget just in time for state economists to weigh in. On Friday, the latest consensus on revenue estimates conference was held, reporting a dip from a 5% to a 4% increase in the expected profits for 2025. Economists with the conference say the Senate's version of the budget would put the state in a deficit, prompting House Republicans to double down on their strategy, taking a look at every budget item to find savings and cut wasteful spending.
Somebody has to come in here, look through all the line items, and look for value for the tax dollars and do something that they haven't done here in a long time, which is set priorities. You have this much money, you set priorities.
We'll have more from the Speaker of the House tonight at 11:10 Central. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Kelly will tell us when we can expect a warm-up. And later in sports, Mike Ludlum breaks down Media Day for the 14th Annual Island Resort and Casino Golf Championship. We'll be right back after this.
It's a big night here in Fiji. It's the finale of Survivor 48.
Hearts are going to be broken.
I'm gonna do it. I know that I can.
Any one of us could win this game.
When you're exhausted, mentally, physically, emotionally.
This is it. It's electric. It's adrenaline, fear, anticipation. And it's happening right now.
The Survivor season finale, CBS Wednesday at 8/7 Central and streaming on Paramount+.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to buy get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
She's very frank.
You should never start anything you're not prepared to finish.
Compassionate.
I see a family that still loves each other, and I'm glad to see it.
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
Mr. Mattress here. It's our big Serta Memorial Day mattress sale on every mattress. The savings are huge. Save up to $925 on this Serta iComfort Pro mattress and adjustable base. Every Serta model's on sale. Save up to $725 on the Serta Perfect Sleeper Pro mattress and adjustable base. During our Memorial Day sale, get a plush Queen Perfect Sleeper mattress for just $579. Like I said, every Serta mattress is on sale for a limited time only. Shop Shunks of Marquette today.
First warning weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. Thanks for being here. Partly cloudy skies, but the cloud cover will increase over the next few hours ahead of some rain that wants to creep on in here. 48 degrees here. This is good news. 34 degrees for a dew point. The air is very dry, so it's going to take more effort and more moisture for rain showers to really push up into Marquette, though we are seeing some into Iron Mountain here in Ironwood. You're seeing some of these light drizzles down to Menominee. You're into the mid-40s there. And winds right now, we are having pretty breezy conditions, definitely cooling things down, about 10 to 20 mile per hour winds here from the east. That will continue to kind of push this on out of here. It wants to push up into the Upper Peninsula, but again, it's very dry, so it's going to take a little bit more than just that movement into the area. Things really need to get going, push up north, and it may skirt by continue to have this movement over the next few hours. I don't think it'll quite reach up to the full Upper Peninsula here, but expect a few drizzles as you head through your evening, and in the overnight could see a little bit more. But first morning weather futurecast, you can see it doesn't even want to put any rain here. I think we will continue to see a few drops to the southern Upper Peninsula here. Still partly cloudy skies for your Wednesday into Thursday morning, and it'll still be kind of chilled. And then we get to Memorial Day weekend. Things are kind of on the up and up here. Saturday, mostly sunny skies, more sunshine for your Sunday. Get the barbecues going, whatever plans you have. It'll be nice and sunny all the way through Memorial Day itself on Monday, near 60 degrees. So we have been seeing lots of below average temperatures, and we'll continue to be fairly comfortable, a little bit chilled tonight, but below average temperatures are expected to continue over the next 7 days or so. But beyond that, 10-day outlook, slightly above average. So we'll get through this week into the 40s overnight, mostly cloudy skies across the Upper Peninsula here. And over the next 7 days, yeah, it'll be chilly and breezy tomorrow into the 50s. Really chilly for your Thursday into the 40s here. As you head into Friday, we'll have a few scattered showers here. And Saturday, Sunday, again, this is your Memorial Day weekend, mostly sunny, tad bit warmer, bit optimistic maybe for Sunday, but I think Memorial Day itself looking very nice here. And into Wisconsin, there was some concerns about fire weather, so actually the rain that we are seeing tonight is much needed down there with the gusty winds and low humidity. Can't rule out a few drops into the evening time, but I'll have a final check of your forecast coming up at the end of the show.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. May is Hepatitis Awareness Month. Coming up next on Insights, we speak with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services about the risks and prevention measures people can take. That conversation's in 2 minutes.
Employee pricing for all now through May at Fox Marquette Ford. You pay what we pay. That's employee pricing on the Ford Escape or the F-150 or the Bronco Sport. Employee pricing for all now through May at Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.
Here's your WZMQ Me TV. This is Home Community Calendar.
Welcome to Car Breakdowns 101. I'm your Professor Ice-T. If your car is out of warranty, a car breakdown could eat you alive. Look at that car. The transmission alone could cost you $3,000. And that engine, how much do you love your kidneys? Don't even get me started on the computer system. That's a small fortune. Do what I did and call CarShield. They get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to. Class dismissed.
Call 800-859-0084.
Chips or cracks, we've got your back. Brian's Auto Glass.
Cracked windshield, chipped glass? Don't wait. Call Brian's Auto Glass in Nagani. We specialize in expert windshield replacement, chip and crack repairs, and safety system calibrations to keep your vehicle road ready. Can't come to us? No problem. We'll come to you with our mobile service. Fast, professional, local. Brian's Auto Glass, where clear vision starts.
Employee pricing for all now through May at Fox Marquette Ford. You pay what we pay. Lease a 2025 Ford Escape Active all-wheel drive for $375 a month for 36 months with $1,000 due at signing. Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. May is Hepatitis Awareness Month. Here to discuss the risks and prevention measures is Elaine Engelsman from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Elaine, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for the invite.
For sure, and let's talk about it. So how is hepatitis contracted and what effects does it have?
So I first of all wanted to say that the word hepatitis in general means inflammation of the liver. For the purpose of today, we're going to talk about hepatitis B and C specifically. So hepatitis C can be contracted through an exposure of blood, and hepatitis B through blood and body fluids. Now, if hepatitis is not diagnosed, it can lead to a late-stage liver disease.
Mm-hmm. And as with most things, early detection is critical. So what should people watch out for?
So in general, a viral hepatitis, if a person gets contracted or has exposure to it, they may not have any symptoms at all. Now, if they're newly infected, they could have symptoms of maybe fatigue, nausea, vomiting, maybe yellowing of the eyes, or even some increased in liver enzymes, which is a blood test. Now, early detection is very important, so getting screened is imperative. Both for hepatitis B and C, screening is recommended for all adults over the age of 18, at least one time in their lifetime. Also for people who are pregnant with every pregnancy, and people who are at risk really should be screened annually.
All right, and as for, so we have the pre-screening there. How about for the vaccine? Who is that recommended for?
So it's important to know that there is no current vaccines for hepatitis C. In regards to hepatitis B, all infants are recommended to be vaccinated. All unvaccinated children under the age of 19. If a person is between the age of 19 and 59, vaccine is recommended for hepatitis B. And if they're over the age of 60, then vaccine is recommended on their risk factors.
Gotcha. Are there any preventative measures that people can and maybe should be taking?
Yeah, so prevention really has everything to do with risk of reducing exposure. So if a person is currently using IV drugs, then not sharing drug equipment. We have great human or harm reduction services here in the state of Michigan through our syringe service programs. You can find those locations at our website, www.michigan.gov/SSP. And it's got a whole map of where the locations are located for harm reduction services there. In regards to preventing hepatitis B, safe sex practices, including condom usage.
Sure. And you just mentioned the website. Are there, including that, are there any resources you recommend for anyone who wants to learn more?
Yeah, so Michigan is really devoted to elimination of hepatitis C specifically. So we have a website. It's www.michigan.gov/we treat hep C. And on that website, there's information there both for the public and for providers. In general, if you want information about hepatitis, you can go to michigan.gov/hepatitis. And then, of course, the CDC is always a great resource for information.
All right, excellent. Elaine, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Mike has your sports headlines when we come back. He'll tell us about an Negaunee native runner who's racking up championships. We'll be right back.
The days of paying less to lose more could end soon. Why those weight loss drugs known as GLP-1s are likely to cost you more.
And our Eye on America looks at how a catastrophe shaped the life of a college student and made her determined to protect others from the dangers of tornadoes. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
How many more times do you think you can outrun death?
Everybody stay sharp.
One more time, at least. Let's blast off.
Gear up for the FBI's finale night.
We got this. That is what we're looking for.
This is serious.
It's always serious on this job.
We're doing this my way. How badass is that?
The FBI's finales, CBS tonight and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Shop Kirkish Furniture, Smith Brothers Amish Furniture, 40% off sale. Find heirloom quality craftsmanship and save 40% off all in-stock or special order upholstery, plus 12-month interest-free financing and free local delivery. Sale runs May 14th through the 24th in Houghton.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
Looking for your next level in real estate? Look no further than Next Home Superior Living. Stephanie's not just any realtor. She's energetic, talented, equipped with the latest technology, and decades of experience to serve you better. At Next Home Superior Living, we're not just selling homes. We're guiding clients and customers throughout the entire transaction. That's Stephanie Jones of Next Home. Visit stephaniesells.com and let her work with you for your next home. Don't settle for ordinary. Choose Next Home Superior Living for your extraordinary real estate journey.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Why should you consider re-siding your home? Your home is the largest investment you'll make. Protect it with new siding installed by the experts at the Window Store. We offer a range of affordable, high-quality siding options, including premium ABC seamless steel siding with attractive financing options available. And we install all winter long across the entire UP. Schedule your appointment today and enjoy the Window Store experience for yourself. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Good evening, everyone. The 14th Annual Island Resort and Casino Championship returns to the Sweetgrass Golf Club in Harris in June. The tournament will be one weekend earlier this year, June 20th through the 22nd. The Epson Tour held its media day for the event this afternoon. The championship will have a $225,000 purse with $33,000, that should be $325, shouldn't it? The $33,750 going to the winner. The newly created Pure Michigan Cup will combine 3 events in the state: the Firekeepers Casino Hotel Championship in Battle Creek on the first weekend of June, the newly created Great Lakes Championship in Harbor Springs, June 13th through 15th, and the Island Resort and Casino Championship the following weekend. The Michigan Economic Development Corporation and the Great Lakes Sports Commission joined forces to put together the Michigan Cup.
MEDC jumped on board and said, yeah, we'd love to support it, and came up with the idea of the Pure Michigan Cup, and we're going to award a $20,000 bonus pool. Players have to play, to be eligible, have to play in all 3 events, and it's based upon their finish. The points they accumulate at each event will be added up at the end, with the end being here, to determine who the top 3 finishers are, and then we'll award the bonus money to those top 3 players.
We're growing here as a resort, and we have a new convention center where we're going to have our first dinners there for this. We have a new pro shop the players are going to check in and out of. we have a spa, and we're building a third golf course. So we change, right? And we kind of have to adjust it to the players.
Sweetgrass last year was my first time playing and also the first cut that I made as a professional. And so it's a very memorable place. It's sort of what started my career in many ways. The start to this season, I had a rough start. I missed all 3 of my first cuts. And then in this next swing that I just had, I made some money and then I just qualified for the US Open. So I feel like we're making maybe a turn.
To place them based on their golf experience. So if they have a lot of experience and they want to be involved in scoring and being a cart driver, you know, obviously those are the positions that we fill first because they're vitally important to make sure that the experience is a very positive one for all the golfers.
If you would like to be a volunteer, call the Delta County Chamber office at 906-786-2192 or go through the website at delta.mi.org. Central Michigan University distance runner Emily Papour is going to need a bigger shelf to display all her Mid-American Conference titles. The Negaunee grad won 2 championships at the Mid-American Conference meet in Athens, Ohio over the weekend. She claimed her 3rd 5,000-meter championship of the last 4 between the indoor and outdoor seasons. Her time, 17 minutes, 0.64 seconds, winning by less than 2 seconds. Friday, she captured the meet record in the 3,000-meter steeplechase, 9 minutes, 57.18 seconds, about 1 second shy of her own program record. The NCAA East Regionals will be in Jacksonville, Florida, near the end of the month. Meanwhile, another Upper Peninsula athlete finished 7th at the Big Ten track and field meet in the high jump. Menominee's Brady Schultz cleared 6 feet 9 inches for Michigan State, giving the Spartans 2 points for that event. The meet took place in Eugene, Oregon over the weekend. An Escanaba High School graduate has had success in her first Big Ten rowing championship in Indianapolis. Ava Getzloff was on the 3rd varsity 8 boat for the Spartans that finished 5th in that division's grand final. Washington held the lead over Rutgers. Rutgers a little faster than Ohio State, and Michigan ended up edging Michigan State for 4th place. And in hockey, congratulations to Negaunee's Aiden Miles. He will continue the sport with the Connecticut Junior Rangers in Stamford, Connecticut. He had an impressive season as a senior with 61 points in 24 games. And we will be right back.
Better begins with the way we see each other. Better begins with the way we treat each other. Better begins with the way we care for each other. Better begins at Aspirus Health, bringing out the better in all of us.
My name's Douglas Hill, and I've been working at Goodwill a little over 14 years now. Goodwill is a place to give people opportunities, especially if they have a disability. You know, it's good to be around people, and the fact that I know that I'm not alone, it's actually changed my life for better. I would just love to say thanks for giving me the opportunity, and that I love working with the people. You know, we joke around, we have a good time, and work gets done.
Supporting Goodwill helps give our clients fuller lives.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go here, surf's up, here, woo, and here.
Now get a powerful new 25 Tundra with low 2.99 APR financing, or lease this well-equipped Tacoma double cab for just $289 a month.
Your summer starts here and just keeps on going.
Toyota, let's go places.
What happens when reporters take you inside the story?
I've been asking for over 1.5 years for access into this place, and this is the first time we're getting it.
You get the all-new CBS Evening News every weeknight.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
All in the Family, Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ Me TV.
Welcome back. Final check of your forecast here. Things continue to be nice and calm on our downtown Marquette cam here, and monitoring this line of showers. Again, it wants to push up into the area, but it's very dry, so we might see a few drops down to the southern portions of the Upper Peninsula throughout tonight, but we're looking good for tonight. Lows into the 40s. We will continue to see a bit chilled weather over the next 7 days here. Memorial Day looking a little warmer and a little bit sunny.
Thanks, Kelly. And finally tonight, the Michigan Veterans Leadership Summit began today at Northern Michigan University. The two-day event offers outreach and support to veterans across the state. Attendees were met with speakers from various services and programs, as well as a panel discussion presenting educational and employment benefits given to those who have served, as well as for their families. Rounding out the day one was the celebration of 2 Veterans of the Year. One of them is Jim Provost, who has worked with Marquette County Department of Veterans Affairs for over 20 years. And we'll have more details on the event coming up tonight at 11:10 Central. That's when we'll see you next.